Gather round, we got no gods to please. Saturday night, no sermons, just ease. Discussions flow like midnight breeze. No prophets here, just minds to tease. We talk big bangs and evolution. Question faith with our solution. Stars align in our confusion. Breaking free from old illusion. Join the fun, no need for trust. Dust to dust, we're stardust. No heaven high or hell to fear. Saturday night, we hold it dear. Fun and laugh at myth believers. Here we're all truth seekers. Open hearts and swift deceivers. Make a stand, no hidden levers. Raise your glass to reason's thrill. No ancient text, it's our own will. Debate till dawn, feel the chill. Saturday night, we've got the skill. Echoes of a godless choir. Like the world that sparked the fire. Free thought mindset to inspire. No holy walls to take us higher. Join the fun, no need for trust. Dust to dust, we're stardust. No heaven high or hell to fear. Saturday night, we hold it dear. Join the fun, no need for trust. Dust to dust, we're stardust. No heaven high or hell to fear. Saturday night, we hold it dear. Join the fun, no need for trust. Dust to dust, we're stardust. No heaven high or hell to fear. Saturday night, we hold it dear. Fun and laugh at myth believers. Here we're all truth seekers.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Saturday Night at the Atheist with your host. I'm Dave from the Captive Desk, and we're joined with Robin and Mike and Scott from Answers in Atheism. Hello, everybody.
Hey, hey.
Hello,
hello.
I got word from Simos. He's feeling a little under the weather, so we hope Simos is kicking back and putting his feet up and relaxing. And if you're listening, hello, Simos.
Hello.
And,
Simos, take it easy. Get better.
Yeah. And we've got Fred and Native in the chat. Hello. Good to see you. We've got a lot of neighbors doing projects, so forgive the noise. It's just too nice to close the house up. So
No, they got together and decided, I hear there's this guy in our neighborhood who does atheist live streams. Let's get together, and when he does them, let's just start banging on things.
yeah. Hiya, Tori. I want to welcome. While I was in the hospital, I was talking with the nurses and stuff, and they were checking out my channel and stuff, and my subscriber count went up. So I take it that some of the ladies are checking out my channel and appreciate it. And thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it very much. We had a couple talks. I had my BS book with me, and brings up a lot of interesting discussions. And somewhere along the line, it's like, yeah, I've got my own channel, So yeah, hello, and good to have you on board. Robin's already gifting the green with 5 Captive Desk memberships. Oh man, we don't have a Simos here to read them off. I'll have to look them up myself. We got Tori, we got Goyu, we got Ryan, we got TV Media Action News, and should be another one, but hey, most of them came through. And Robin's also been around for 11 months. Robin, hello. 5 months.
She's a veteran of the Captive Desk.
Yeah, and I Killed Earl is in here. Good to see you. And we got to click over here on the Bigfoot for Robin. Robin, thank you for supporting the channel. You rock.
You rock, let's rock with the fire in our veins. Rock on to the sky, till the thunder and rain. All hail Bigfoot, the legend, the king. He walks among shadows, the wild spirits sing.
You rock. Thank you very, very much, Robin. Appreciate your support for the channel. Yeah, Simos and I didn't have a good week with the hospital, so that's our health news. Is it wasn't good. They hauled me off. They hauled Simos off, and Simos is home resting, so it's good to hear from him. I am home resting. I'm giving myself drugs at home, so I don't have to be at the hospital. So yeah, if you ever wondered what it's like for us to all look like a nurse, we got IVs and hanging, and we all look like nurses. So hello, Chris, how you doing? And other than that, we're trying to muddle through. I mean, things in your lungs are no joke, I guess. Apparently, drops you right out and puts you in the hospital. And Simos was being a little stubborn over the weekend, I guess, and he finally went, and they said it was a good thing he came in. So we are hoping Simos the best. I didn't hear from him, and he is home again. So Simos, take it easy. And how's everybody doing? How's my panel doing?
Well, I got some good health news. My kitty, Thor, gained a pound.
Okay.
So his thyroid medicine is working, I think, and he's looking better. So I was so afraid I was going to lose my kitty, but looks good.
Good to hear. Good to hear.
Yeah. The owner's dying, but kitty's okay.
We're all another day closer, you know. They're still making me appointments, so I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good sign.
Yeah. That's why I kid around with them. Well, you made me another appointment. So most of my stuff has been suspended. Right now they're just trying to make me feel better. Simos, I'm sure, would understand. They want you to get better before they do anything else. Then they can't do anything else. So you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. And in the meantime, though, there's not much you can do. So with that, yeah, Simos did send me a message. Said he's probably going to kick back. And I told him to kick back and don't worry about the show. It's just a show where your health is very much important. So take care of yourself, Simos. And I actually have a short video tonight. A lot of times we don't get through our videos, but we just might get through this one. This person wants to know why atheists don't have great civilizations to live in. You know, we're such a great group. Why don't we have such a good group for our peeps? So we'll see what he has to say, and we'll comment in kind. Okay. And here we go.
I've had numerous online discussions with atheists who take issue with my arguments about Christian civilization. And they always criticize me for crediting Christianity for its many accomplishments. But one thing they never do, they never argue the superiority of atheist civilizations. It's hard to compare Christian.
What exactly would be an atheist civilization? I mean,
Well, like, this is such a, like, like a non sequitur, I guess, or something like that.
Mhm.
First of all, Christians likely would have killed any atheist civilizations that it might have existed. They would have probably took them over and stolen their lands and wiped out all of the inhabitants. So
That's a good
I don't
point.
think atheism is the kind of thing where atheists are a people or something like that. I think he's got that wrong. I mean, it's not like we're this discrete group, right? I don't know what the hell he's talking about. How we would have a civilization.
When Christianity took over, Western civilization, that did not decrease body count. People still died horrible deaths at the hands of militaries, whether they were headed by a pope or an emperor. People still died of plagues and diseases despite the prayers of their priests. So there's a definite huge body count that's comparable to any other civilization prior to the Christianization of Western civilization. Yeah. So it's just a bunch of silly assertions. And
aren't they blaming atheists for Nazi Germany and for communist Russia and all that? Aren't those civilizations? I guess.
I don't know what he defines a civilization as. That's one weakness here is there's no definition of civilization, no definition of Christian, no definition of atheism even. One thing to point out is when I think of atheism, I think of the Bertrand Russell kind of atheism, and maybe I can't remember the guy's name, but he was a powerful free thinker, speaker that toured and gave speeches. Robert Greene Ingersoll, I think maybe is his name. Okay. He was an agnostic, but he definitely was a secularist. And so the atheist movement like that, that depends on rationalism and evidence, that didn't start till the 18th century. So he's talking about, and so who was the dominant civilizations who were the dominant civilizations in the 18th century? They were all Christian, and they weren't going to tolerate any atheist movements. So,
and I would like to just point out that the United States was not founded as a Christian civilization. It is a secular government that has a lot of Christians who make up the population, but there is nothing that's Christianity involved in our civilization as far as our government. Way too many of them in there now, but that's not.
What do they mean by Christianity is responsible for? Did the Pope, initiate projects for learning vaccination, for exploring? The church typically, even though the explorers and people like that were Christian, the church has kind of parasited themselves onto that. If you discovered some new land, well, then they would want to send missionaries. They would, just basically be parasites and colonialists on the back of those who just happened to be, part of the religion that was dominant, there. So what does he mean by Christianity being responsible for? Maybe he'll explain it in the 8 minutes we have remaining.
I think the question I want to answer is why haven't people who like pineapple on pizza started a civilization? That's what I want to know.
Or, those people that don't like to collect stamps, why didn't they start a civilization?
Yeah, why didn't they start a civilization? I don't know. These are big questions. So
kind of Big John, how you doing? And Chris Moore is with you, Mike. They just throw these names out like they're supposed to mean a group of people when they don't.
Yeah. Who's Chuck McNorris? New, right? Chuck McNorris is new, I think.
No,
No?
no.
No? Oh, well, then it's because I'm old and I didn't notice before, so I'm sorry. Or I noticed and I forgot.
Civilization with atheist civilizations, since there has never been an atheist civilization, great or otherwise. I guess the closest you would get would be the Marxist attempts of the past 100 years.
Really?
There are more than you think, 20 or so in Eastern Europe, another 20 or so in Africa, and several in Asia and Latin America. History is sprinkled with a few short-lived communist governments. None lasted more than 100 years, most less than 50. There are only a handful left.
Wait a minute.
Wait.
Uh,
Go
like
ahead.
inflation, let's see, went from atheist to communist.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
They're not, like, it was a trick. They do that all the time. They're like, he's talking about atheist civilization, and then he jumps to communist civilization.
Yeah, kind of like that asshole in Washington jumping from Democrats to communists.
Yeah.
You're a Democrat, you're a communist. Yeah.
Definitions are hard for these people.
Yeah.
So hard.
China, sort of. North Korea, Cuba, which is barely hanging on, and maybe Laos, Vietnam. Some might even include Venezuela in that list. Now, it's perfectly fair to judge atheism on this question, because it was Marx himself who said his intention was to build a civilization. Not just a great one, a perfect one, a utopian state.
Yeah, but he didn't include that being an atheist made everything perfect. There was a lot of methods behind what he wanted to do. It wasn't turning everybody atheist is going to make everything all better. That wasn't his plan.
Yeah, and this guy's conflating like a system for there's a system for social to set up your society, and there's religion, and he's like taking it and stirring it in a big pot and adding government with it too. So like,
yeah, it's because he's a Christian nationalist at heart. So he thinks that religion and whatever your nation is one and the same thing. Like the religion should define the politics, and that's just bullshit.
Yeah, and like atheists, atheists. There's a lot of atheists who are right wing supporters of Christian nationalism that I've seen. I mean, like, being an atheist doesn't define any of your political stances, any of your moral stances. All it does is say, do you believe in a God? That's it. It's only a question and answer.
An atheist points out in the chat that North Korea have a god in Kim. Yeah, Christopher Hitchens talked about North Korea a lot, and he said they just replace religion with their dear leader. It's the same thing. He's watching you all the time. He can haul you off. Capital punishment, quick punishment. It's kind of just a replacement. They didn't get rid of it. I'd also like to know what the great Christian civilization is. Kind of skirted around that.
It would not be local either. It would be universal. He said eventually the whole world would be communist and atheist. And some Marxists still believe this radical eschatology even today.
Well, there's a lot of people that want a better world and see other ways to do it than what's the standard right now that doesn't seem to be working for everybody. So,
kind of a weird thing to do is to call that a radical eschatology, because Christians are the ones that believe that Jesus is going to come back with a big army and just destroy the world and burn it up and create a new one. That's pretty radical too. So if radical eschatology is supposed to be bad, Christianity's got a pretty radical eschatology.
yeah, they do. So does Islam, that there can only be one. So as friendly as they appear to be, yeah, in the end, there can only be one. So who's it going to be? They're going to fight it out to see.
He argued that its formation was inevitable. He called it a scientific certainty.
Well, the things will get better. I like to see it as a certainty. Yeah. Things do keep getting better. So maybe he had a point. Now, trying to change the world overnight isn't going to work. It never has. If he was fooling himself, then he was fooling himself with that. But it's a nice dream to have, sure. Everybody living happy and healthy and, with food and water. And, I fail to see what's bad about it, other than you didn't pull yourself up by the bootstraps or something. But, yeah, everybody taken care of sounds wonderful. So.
But the next Marxist civilization will be the first. Instead of a utopia, you get a dystopian house of horrors.
And, I have to agree with him that a lot of these attempts have been by Soviet countries that were more of a dictatorship than a socialist government that took care of everybody. But the names were used. I don't know that they actually carried it out, but yeah, it's a shame. But I am hopeful, right?
I bet he read Marx for Dummies. Like I feel like that's where I doubt he's read much of Marx's writings. Just that that little Cliff Notes version of it.
And speaking of, why don't we run the protest ad? For those of you that don't know, the ARC protest is tomorrow. 10 years that clown has been hanging his ARC in front of the taxpayers, promising all kind of rebates and everything that never came to fruition. Mostly he made money for himself. And on that note, Joe and the crew are out protesting this weekend. I can't be there. It's just beyond my means to be there. But for all those that are going, it's free to go. You just got to get your butt there. And it's tomorrow around noon, I think. And I have a commercial to run for it. So why don't we run the ad really quick and say hey to Joe, who's handling the ARC protest this year. So as I get up here, moment please.
Anyone going hoping to see Kelly Laughlin? He did not make it. His car broke down on the way.
Yeah, we heard about that. Tough luck, Kelly. Hope you get taken care of. That is the commercial. If you want any more information, go to Joe's Discord. Everything is in the description, his site, as well as the advertisement. And it is tomorrow. It is free to go. They've got food and water and everything. You just got to bring yourself there. They do not sell tickets. It'll run from about noon to 4. They'll have a few people speaking, and then they'll probably do the protest itself, which is marched by the front gates, and some pictures and stuff like that. Yeah, and Jess does Jess and Joe both like a heavy beat, so hope you appreciate their commercials for what they are. But yeah, check out if you're in the area. Doesn't cost you nothing but gas and get your butt there. Wave your flag around, wave your sign around, whatever you got, and tell Ken Ham how you feel. All right. And this is, again, 10 years that he's been at this. So we're hoping to shut him down this year. One is always hopeful. All right.
The worst governments in the history of the world. With Christianity, you get the best culture in the history of the world. It's not perfect.
Now, see, here he goes. He drops that it's all great and everything, but then he says, well, it's not really perfect. And yeah, it's not really all that great. You can say it is, but you've so far failed to compare it, and I'm waiting for that.
But it's the best. Why can't
If it's the best, why aren't most people Christians?
atheists build a civilization? Well, let me give you several reasons. First, they start with the problem that there just aren't very many atheists. According to
Yeah, your societies are largely not atheists, so
Yes, because like Christians start indoctrinating children at very young ages, and so do Muslims and other religions. They teach that to children. They don't wait till children are old enough to actually do critical thinking to decide if they believe in a God or not. So they already are predisposed to have this belief once they get old enough to hit critical thinking stage.
Of course, up until when did it become the case that atheists could even hold office and run for, political leadership? It's been illegal in the U.S. it was illegal for quite a while.
Actually, there's still laws on the
Yeah.
that prevent, that actually outlaw it, but it's unconstitutional. But the
reason atheist civilization hasn't developed is because of Christians.
we got Beck in the chat. How you doing, Beck? Good to see you.
And I would just like to say that even if Christian was the best society that existed on the planet, that doesn't mean that that's as good as it can get. Like that's, like we've not exactly had we've not reached hopefully our peak societies, and I think that probably having a 2,000-year-old blood cult is probably not going to be our best chance at making a great society.
Brian Burge, the number of atheists, including agnostics, in the United States is around 10% and has been that way for a long time. Pew Research numbers show that other Western nations are similar, although some European countries have a slightly larger number of atheists than the U.S., but nowhere near a majority. And these atheists all live in countries where the blessings they enjoy were created by Christian civilization.
Yeah, that again.
Once again, demonstrate how it's because of Christianity and not just because of rationalism.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Enlightenment like increased a whole lot of, and that the Enlightenment was not a Christian movement.
Yeah, he's failing again to provide the Christian argument.
There is no example in history in which a group of atheists went out to a pioneer area and built a culture.
Well, that wasn't the intent. I mean, the intent
That's
was
not what Christians did. They took over the Roman Empire and went on there. It's just not. He's living a fantasy.
Or did atheists go to another continent and stick a flag in it and say this is ours and kill all of the inhabitants that already lived there? I don't think atheists did that either.
No, they sure did not.
I mean, like, we were not pioneers. We were colonialists. They like to use the word pioneer, but we were colonialists, not pioneers.
And okay, in the 18th century, where exactly was there a pioneer land to go to anyway? That would be the 1700s, I guess. I guess you could say Western America or whatever, but you know, there were Christians there already killing Indian populations.
We've got a comment that's false. It says Chechnya is mostly atheist. So there you go. Hang out at Chechnya.
Now, the second reason they fail to build civilizations is they have no ability to positively affect human behavior. The British atheist Matthew Paris said, quote, "Now I am a confirmed atheist. I've become convinced of the enormous contribution that Christian evangelism makes in Africa." Paris has spent a large part of his life in Africa.
Yes, like with
Because he saw some missionaries, so that changed his mind. Hey, good for those folks. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, the ones that don't harm people, good on them. But too many missionaries do not do the work they're claiming on. So,
well, I mean, like, much of African poverty has been caused by our own, you know, like stripping, you know, resources from these people and leaving them with nothing. But like, you know, telling them not to use condoms, you know, was
right.
a Christian thing that they did in Africa. So.
Yeah, I'm failing to see the good points. Sure, you can point out bad things on both sides, but let's hear the great thing that Christianity has done. I haven't heard it yet.
It is sharply distinct from the work of secular NGOs, government projects, and international aid efforts. These alone will not do. Education and training alone will not do. In Africa, Christianity changes people's hearts. It brings a spiritual transformation. The rebirth is real. The change is good. The Christians are always different.
No, they're not.
It seems like
Christians
yeah.
are just full of hypocrites and criminals and liars, exploitation, just like any other group of people.
Yep.
I see no evidence that Christianity is special in changing people, making them better or different.
Yeah. Christianity takes hungry people Bibles. That's what I've seen.
Hey, Kevin, how you doing?
Starving people don't need Bibles.
Yeah, you seem to had quite an awakening in Africa. So, very, very curious.
Its converts, far from being cowed or confined, their faith appears to have liberated and relaxed them. There is a liveliness, a curiosity, an engagement with the world, a directness in their dealings with others that seem to be missing in traditional African life. End quote.
Racism much?
Yeah, again, and now they're picking out tribes. Is that what they're doing? How you doing,
Yeah,
Jim? Good to see you.
Every so often, you'll see somebody comment about an atheist YouTuber. I think the latest one I saw do this was somebody saying it about Bre HiveSci. And I don't even think she's an atheist. I think she's like an agnostic or something. But I could be wrong there. But you know, they'll say, you know, if you look at them, they look so sad. They've got these dead eyes, and just projecting, you know, their biases onto that person. Whereas, you know, you don't have any idea what's going on in that person's mind or heart or anything like that. And that's what this guy's doing. Well, Africans before the church came in, they were awful. They just had no, you know, they had They had no purpose, no curiosity or engagement in life. They were, and now Christianity has made them bright and new and wonderful. It's just such grotesque projection.
Yeah, and like, isn't it around half of Africa is Muslim, isn't it?
That's
Like-
true.
Like, it's not like, I think there is as many Muslims just about as there are Christians. So
Yeah, that was part of my point, is that he's shooting up Christianity really great, all these wonderful things they've done, but he's leaving out that most of the world and most of those buildings are not Christian in any way. So he's presupposing or assuming, or whatever the word is, and it doesn't apply across the board. Now, in a lot of places, it does some good things. So do other religions. So the argument can be made both ways, that any religion is good, but by these same religions, they'll say, no, they're not. So,
yeah, here is a kind of a breakdown. Christianity has about 48 to 49% of Africa, southern, east, central Africa. Islam has about 42 to 43%. North Africa, West Africa, the Sahel, the Horn of Africa. There are Hinduism is like 0.1%. Religiously unaffiliated is 2 to 3%, and then traditional African religions 7 to 8%. So, of course, there's a kind of a sociological thing too with a lot of these groups, from my understanding. If you for some way, if there's some way to convert the traditional chief or head of a clan or a tribe, the whole community will convert. So, you see numbers swell like that. It's just probably they came and gave all sorts of nice little gifts and stuff to the chief of the tribe or the local area, and then suddenly, you have all these Christians on your hand. And so these numbers may be exaggerated as well, as far as actual believers.
In other words, Jesus Christ transforms your life in a wonderful, glorious way. Atheism doesn't do this.
But once again, there's the Christianity versus atheism, and leaving out that most of the world is not Christian. Most of the world does not find the arguments persuasive. So you're leaving that part out coincidentally.
Third, to build a civilization, you have
Third, it's only 5:30. All right.
to have some moral glue to enable its citizens to get along with each other.
Uh-oh, here we go. The moral argument. It's a pretty weak argument. There's some terrible things in the Bible that are supposed to be moral.
unless we burn witches, how would we ever have a society?
Yeah, there's a lot of death sentences and swift justice and all those kind of things that we frown upon, yet are applauding him when he says so. I'm not seeing it, guy. Sorry.
Yeah, and how many? Sorry, Dave.
Oh, go ahead.
How many
Go ahead.
Christians do we hear on these call-in shows that call in and defend rape or slavery or genocide or whatever? How many of them are Christians that we hear defending that stuff on these shows? I mean, I know that's not all of them, but it's like they found a way to defend all that kind of stuff, and in the pursuit of being able for us all to get along.
Yeah, they do try to justify things found in the book when they're cornered, things that they don't like, that mysterious ways, right?
To be missing in traditional African life, end quote. In other words, Jesus Christ transforms your life in a wonderful, glorious way. Atheism doesn't do this. Third, to build a civilization, you have to have some moral glue to enable its citizens to get along with each other. The atheists have no basis for morality. Frank DeVito, writing in First Things, says, quote, "The problems that plague our society are at heart religious problems. If man does not know what he is, why he exists, what he is made for, or what he is doing on this earth, then he has little chance of getting any other questions right."
That doesn't follow. You can get a lot of questions right. Mike gets a lot of things right without invoking God. I'm failing to see your argument poking its head above the waters anywhere.
I ordered a new book. I've just started it. It's called The Atheist and the Bonobo.
They won't get along either.
Bonobo and the Atheist. I'm sorry. The Bonobo and the Atheist. And it makes the argument that our morality, actually much of our morality, is going to eventually, come from that small little group of apes that we understand the least about, the bonobos.
So who's the author? That sounds familiar.
I'm looking at the book right now, and I'm trying to find it. What's his name? It doesn't tell me who the
all the time spent with chimps and everything, and they're finding out that we're more related to the bonobos. So, but this isn't a bad thing. It's a good thing when they find out these things.
Well, we're equally. We share equal because they split off after we split off with the Pans, and then they split off from each other. But they tend to have like our most violent tendencies do seem to come from the chimpanzee side of the pan.
Franz de Waal's the author of that one. I think I listened to the audio book back in 2018 or something like that. I'm gonna have to get that out again and listen.
Yeah.
Hello, Jacqueline. How you doing?
Without putting God and religion at the heart of the discussion, how can man be good? How can he even articulate what it means to be good?
Oh, we do pretty good. No.
Yeah.
Dummy.
Well, good and bad were defined before their books were written as well. I mean, when they say there wasn't a definition for these things, they were already defined and then they wrote it down, right? So they're arguing against their own argument of not knowing good from bad when apparently they did because they wrote it down, right? Yeah.
End of quote. Atheists do not believe that God created man in his image.
That's right, because it doesn't make any sense. How is God this spiritual being, but we're made in his image? It doesn't make any sense. That's why. Provide something that makes some sense, but it doesn't make any sense. Read it back to yourself. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Cool story, bro.
You're right.
Therefore, they do not believe in the sanctity of life. They have.
I believe in the sanctity of life. This is the A word thing thrown in there. Has nothing to do with it. It's a decision made between a woman and her doctor. It has nothing to do with morals. Whether people regret it or not has nothing to do with it. It's a medical decision.
It seems like most Christians support the death penalty too.
That's true. This is also being a medical decision outside of one's will. So there's a lot of arguments to be made, but it doesn't belong with atheism, as Robin has gently pointed out. It has nothing to do with it. It just means that you don't believe in God. What you believe in It doesn't matter. You don't believe in God. So
No rationale for human rights, equality, social justice, or ministries of compassion.
sure there is. I mean, we have lots of laws that protect people. I don't know what you want. The laws cover you if you're a Christian or a non-Christian.
People like this guy want the laws to favor Christians, though. That's the problem.
He's not putting forth his argument. He's just putting against the against argument.
Yeah, this is just like bare naked assertion night. You know, he just makes these bare assertions and doesn't back
Right.
them up.
Yeah.
When you are accustomed to privilege, equality feels like oppression.
Well stated.
Tom Holland has a fascinating story about Julian the Apostate.
Who's Tom Holland?
Oh, I love Tom Holland. He's a historian.
Okay.
He's the Rest is History, that program. He's one of the two historians that does the Rest is History. Tom Holland is an atheist, but he does a history on Christianity. I find him a little bit biased, somewhat like Bart Ehrman. You know how Bart Ehrman tends to like, even though he doesn't believe in Christianity or whatever, he tends to be a little bit biased towards, like his belief that Jesus existed and stuff like that. So Tom Holland is somewhat, he kind of argues that Christianity has resulted in most of like society stuff. So of course this guy would read Tom Holland.
Seems like there'd be a British trend because Tom Holland's British, right? Or is he American?
Yeah, he's British.
There'd be a British trend to kiss Christianity ass a lot.
Yeah.
Even Dawkins has been doing that.
Yeah, yes, they do. Yes, and cultural Christians. I would say Tom Holland is definitely a cultural Christian.
The 4th century Roman ruler who wanted to eradicate Christianity and restore paganism as the religion of the empire. But in order to do that, Julian had to replicate Christianity's compassion for the poor, its ministry to the weak.
And there's where it demonstrates a problem is how the Christians are treating the poor and the weak these days. So, speak with your actions, right?
Also, Rome prior to Christianity, they didn't worry too much about the poor either. So I don't know if this guy is adding his own thoughts into that and making it sound like that's Tom Holland's thoughts, or if Tom Holland actually said that about the Emperor Justin, the whatever he called him.
How do you get pagans to do that? Holland says Julian discovered that to replace Christianity, you basically had to replace it with Christianity. Christian social teaching is...
You replace it by replacing it with the same thing. Okay. I think that was tongue in cheek, but
yeah, because I actually think that probably to replace Christianity with paganism, you'd have to take probably tax favors and money away from the Christians that were in power and give it to pagans, and that would be the problem. Not treating the poor well, which Christianity, can give or take, at any given time. So, yeah, I don't know if this guy's interpreting Tom Holland or quoting Tom Holland or just inserting his own little fever dream into all this, into his.
Well, like I did a debate on this, on like early Christianity. Early Christianity was not the Christianity that we have today. Like early Christianity, especially before they took over the Roman Empire, was about helping the poor, the like the sick, the orphans, the widows. That was a thing that they did. Self-sacrifice in on behalf of others was considered a moral virtue by these people. But that's not the Christianity that we have in the United States anymore. That's not. We have the Roman Empire Christianity, and that was about power and advancing our own like our own progress as far as land and wealth and things like that. And so, like, when he's conflating what the early Christians believed and what the Roman Empire turned Christianity into, he's making a big mistake right here.
So powerful, it is virtually impossible to get rid of. People like Nietzsche and the Nazis tried but failed. Even unbelieving American liberals and conservatives admit that Christian compassion is a good thing.
And the Nazis did not try to get rid of Christianity. Like,
Yeah.
The Nazi Party actually did hate Christianity because of the fact that they thought that Christianity was too soft on the rejects of the human genetics thing. You know, like anyone who had mental illness or gay people or something like that, that we cared too much for those people because of Christianity. But like the Nazis were like 90-some% Christian. All of the soldiers that fought in World War II, the German soldiers were all Christian. Yeah,
and the Nazis were close with the church, and there was a big to do with all of that. But it's to say that they were anti-religion or trying to push anti-religion is not accurate. And like I said, allegedly Fred said Catholicism really had compassion of their own authority. Anyone else was a meatloaf. That went for anybody. I mean, if you looked wrong at them, you were the enemy. So it didn't really. I don't think it really mattered what religion you were. It more on your politics and how you want to deal with certain people groups. If you were okay, you turned your head. I don't think they really bothered you that much, unfortunately. And we're seeing that happening today, where it don't bother me and I won't bother you. So, Trusty Ape said they had the Pope endorsed. They were celebrating the Pope's birthday for a long time. So yeah, they weren't against. They were just play along. Don't look. Turn your head right. Don't see everybody. Hello, Skeptic. How you doing? Good to see you. They still got to bother the atheist. Yeah, like I said, they bothered everybody. It wasn't just a certain people group or their religion. It was if you looked wrong, you were gone. And that's what our leadership wants, is swift justice, which has proven we shouldn't do those things. We should have the time and the trial and let everybody cool off before you throw the proverbial rope around a branch somewhere, right? It's just not a in the heat of the moment. I understand that emotions run high and everything, but we need a moment to cool off and do true justice. Otherwise, you get street justice, which is often very bad.
The racist nationalist version of Christianity that we have in America would have been unrecognizable to early Christians, I think.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about the nationalist bullshit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very, very little to do with taking care of the poor and the sick and all those things. But,
very little to do with Christianity, actually.
Yeah. Where did it all go, right?
Another way to be a racist nationalist prick is what these guys are doing.
Mhm.
That's how we got
Fourth,
involved with the
atheist-
Republican Party.
Yeah. He just said the fourth. The fourth. It's 6:00. Wow. Good job. Good job. We disagree with you wholeheartedly.
can't build a civilization because they do not sacrifice for their beliefs.
Again, help me out here. This has nothing to do with atheism, right? I don't see where you're trying to guide this conversation, but you want to blame everything that happens bad on atheism. So you're good at blaming, but you fail to produce anything.
Well, I think anyway, this guy's major flaw historically is that when this Justinian or Justin the Apostate took over and tried to reinstate paganism, a lot of the institutions and civic practices that were in place prior to Christianity were dissolved or given over to the church to deal with, so that in trying to revert back to paganism, you didn't have those institutions in place anymore. And so, and plus people's expectations of what a religious person was changed because of the institutions of Christianity. So it's kind of a false thing to say. It's just that, how do you reassemble a society that's been disassembled and, return to the past? And you can't really ever return to the past. You would have to come up with some sort of neo-paganism instead of going back to the paganism you had prior to Christianity.
And so many people in this country, that's what they want. They want to go back to the way things were. And it's like, show me this time that you want to go back to, And it's always has something to do with this Christian nationalist stuff. It has nothing to do with good times in history or economy or anything like that.
Yeah, and you didn't want to be a black person or a Hispanic person or somebody like that, or gay in that particular time period either.
Or a woman.
Yeah. Women and child labor and stuff. These are all new laws. We forget how good we have it. That it's all recent of what we have, and we should appreciate it more than what we do. And it seems like as soon as we got it, we didn't want it. Well, at least some of these nationalists are pushing against it.
Well, the weirdest thing is they kind of like look back to the 1950s as some kind of glorious time.
Mm.
And, if you just take out like the segregation and stuff like that, and you just look at the economics of the 1950s, we taxed the rich and corporations at extremely high rates compared to what we do now. And that had more to do with our flourishing at that time than Christianity. Like, it was about our tax code and the fact that, we implemented like Social Security and things like that, social programs.
Absolutely. And yet, I want to go back to the old days. It's like the good old days. They do not exist. It was a simpler time and things like that. Do not make it the good old days. How you doing, Ducks Y? Good to see you. Thanks for dropping the spots. All right. Yeah, anytime I hear of the good old days, it's questionable what they're talking about. Absolutely. Good for you, bad for everybody else. Right.
In other words, they have a very low commitment to their ideals.
Yeah, exactly.
Really, where do you get that from?
That was a slip of the tongue there. Yeah, buddy.
I've gotten into fierce online debates over my observation that when I travel in Asia, I never see any Marxist orphanages.
What the fuck?
Here he wants a sign on everything. This
Marxist orphanages.
In Asia.
yeah. I'm sorry that you didn't see any. Maybe you should have looked harder. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I never see any Charles Darwin Memorial Hospitals.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Yeah.
All I can say is that every hospital has benefited from Charles Darwin. Like he has discovered the theory that is the foundation of all biology. So yeah.
Yeah, without Charles Darwin, you still have people like getting leached, having blood let from their bodies. And what's the other practice that was just like, or maybe having frequent vomit sessions where they purified their bodies. That's what they had before science and Darwinian theory took over the medical field.
Yeah, or we thought that illness was a demon possession of some sort or something.
Is there a Newton Memorial Hospital or what else? Pauli Memorial Hospital? I don't think so. Have you ever seen one of those? How about an Einstein Memorial Hospital? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess Einstein does have some name after him, but I don't think Newton does. I'm not sure.
Pretty sure.
Galileo, they have any hospitals named after him?
Right.
I'm pretty sure though that Darwin, like his contributions to biology and eventually the field of medicine are beyond explanation.
Yeah.
Yeah, their contributions are enjoyed by all the employees all the time. It doesn't need to be in one place. It's across the spectrum. It's being used. It's worthy theory. It's great for science. All these good things, and they're being shot down by him rather poignantly. Tough. I mean, you're going to say that Christians provided hospitals and stuff, but then shoot them down at the same time for using them. Not really sure what the point is. Majestic Beck has got a list. Albert Einstein College of Medicine, the Jack D. Weller Hospital, New York City, New York, USA, a premier medical facility associated with the Albert Einstein College of Medicine, named after the world. There you go. Rockefeller. People that donated that were not medical professionals, and there you are. They have it anyways.
Well, I mean, a lot of the hospitals were Catholic related, but guess what? That's who has all the money.
Right.
Like they were the people who could afford to build hospitals.
Yeah.
Yeah, they took over the infrastructure available to be able to do that. It's kind of what they're doing in like lots of small towns. Catholic organizations have bought out all the sorts of regional and small hospitals so that, if the Catholic Church doesn't believe in the medical treatment you need, then you just won't get it there. And it really limits things for women.
Yep.
We've got Earl became a YouTube member. I killed Earl. Thank you for joining me.
Earl!
I killed Earl, and you rock.
You rock, let's rock with the fire in our veins. Rock on to the sky, till the thunder and rain. All hail Bigfoot, the legend, the king. He walks among shadows, the wild spirits sing.
Hey, thank you, Earl. You rock. Thanks for supporting the channel. Where were we? I don't remember. We'll find out.
No Vladimir Lenin or Joseph Stalin schools.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He naming off all the people that schools and universities aren't named after. Okay, there's a lot of them that aren't named after. Again, put out a petition or whatever and get them named differently. I don't know. A good place to start.
Atheists have responded by telling me that they aren't helping Asians because they are so committed to helping people at home.
Well, and it's always good to help your own. Again, what is wrong with that?
Christians will say that. Christians used to say that to me all the time when I tried to get them to donate to foreign missionary causes or whatever.
Right. Yeah, why don't they help their own or something? And well, here they're helping their own. He's complaining about that. The reason people go to your religion for some help is because other people wouldn't help them. And isn't there supposed to be a stepping up before they have to go looking for it? The question can be put back at you.
What if we opened up a Charles Darwin orphanage for, and foster care agency? Do you think the Christians in the area would allow that?
That's a toughie.
There's another thing, because of Christian nationalism and the fact that they think they should own everything.
Wow, look at Stop the Stupidity.
Stop the Stupidity is dropping 20 captive desk memberships. Stop the Stupidity. Let me roll up in here. We got Andrew, we got Zephyr, we got Say Hello to DC, KW for the Booze, Dougie Doug, Van Hooligan, or Yahooligan, The Last Frybender, Counter Apologetics, Chris Moore, Isaac Beer, or Isaac Beer. Either way.
That's Isa Kabir. Isa Kabir.
Isa Kabir. Oh, Isa. Okay.
Yeah.
Hello, Isa. I see the picture now. Cuddly Unicorn. Succubus E. Master Black. Nectu. James Hordoff. Wild World. Wild World has a great channel. The new UG.
New UG. There's UG. All right.
Axel Ignite. Agent X. Kalia or Kalia. All receiving a membership from Stop the Stupidity. Stop the Stupidity. You rock. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. And you absolutely get to play the Bigfoot.
You rock, let's rock with the fire in our veins. Rock on to the skies, to the thunder and rain. All hail Bigfoot, the legend, the king. He walks among shadows, the wild spirits sing.
Hey, thanks, Stop the Stupidity. You rock, and thanks for joining the stream. I understand you've been busy. Glad you could stop by, and much appreciated.
I think Majestic Beck has proven that this guy never did research any of his statements. Like there's Charles Darwin research facilities. Yeah, like.
His contributions go far and wide. So forget that. The contributions are still there. Not everybody gets places named after him, nor does it mean a whole lot just because a place is named after you. It's a great honor, but it doesn't mean that their work is good or not.
Dave, are you able to unmute Mike, or does he have to do it himself? His apparently the mouses on his computer went on strike and they're not working, and so he can't click on anything.
Mine isn't taking the mark off. It isn't doing anything.
Okay, well, that
I
sucks.
would tell him to step out and come back in again, because I do not have control of it. Mike, step out and step back in again. That's my best advice is turn it off and turn it back on again, because
I was going to say, if he
Insane.
can't click a mouse, though, he might not be able to step out.
yeah, well, he hopped out
He may have to just turn everything off.
with his
He has a-
headphones.
Yeah, if he has a cordless mouse, his battery may have went dead.
But I don't see any helping institutions at home run by atheists. Are there
There are institutions that are run by atheists that help people.
Oh yeah, he hasn't done any research.
Yeah.
Religious Freedom Foundation or Freedom from Religion Foundation.
Mm-hmm. And he pointed out that there's smaller organizations. The atheists aren't as many, so of course you aren't going to have as much pull or reach or money available. It's just
Recovering from religion.
That's what I'm thinking of. Recovering from religion.
yeah.
Well, Freedom from Religion Foundation is Dan Barker, and that's the one that fights for
First Amendment. Yeah, freedom of religion for everybody, not just for who Christian nationalists choose.
Yes, but Recovering from Religion is I'm an ambassador for Recovering from Religion, and it's a very important group that provides all kinds of resources for people who are leaving all religions, not just Christianity.
Yeah, but if you're struggling and you want a friend, reach out. There's plenty of people out there to talk to.
atheists have said they are just as compassionate as Christians.
Right. People are good or people are bad. Doesn't matter what you are, you're either good or bad. So, Tons of Mice, how you doing? Told my third wife to step out and step back in again. I haven't seen her since. See if he hops in. Not yet. But yeah, there's a revelation. There's good people and there's bad people. I have failed to see that just because you call yourself a religion or a non-religious, that you're any better than anybody else. You prove it with your actions, the way you live your life, the way you treat others, not in what you say about yourself. Hey, Randy. Yeah, people have good and people have bad traits. I mean, what do you want? There it is. Good and bad. How about now, Mike?
Yeah, it's better now. My mouse quit working.
Okay, here's a list. Active secular humanitarian aid groups, non-belief relief, humanist charities, humanist mutual aid network, Doctors Without Borders. Oh, they don't name that one, but they're everywhere. That's a really well-known group of physicians that offer their services, free of charge or very low cost. Direct Relief, Oxfam America. So anyway.
And let me add Pangburn, which I'm associated with Travis Pangburn. We are currently in the process of organizing a building of a school in Uganda, one of many that he hopes to build, actually. And of course, Travis is from Canada. We hope to start breaking ground on the school sometime next year. And
good news. And Jasper, how you doing? Is my Jasper.
Anyway, people should probably get together and form some sort of atheistic, a secular domestic aid organization or whatever, and then try to get the Catholics to donate to it and see what they say or do.
I'm planning. I'm over the fundraising for the Ugandan school, so I do plan on hitting up religious people, like institutions to donate for the building of the school. But and I'll probably hit up all y'all eventually when I get to the fundraising going.
Watch out. Robin's coming.
But they don't brag about it. They keep it a secret. Right. Really secret. Fifth, atheists can't build a civilization because they are simply more self-serving than Christians. And it takes
Self-serving, building big glorious statues and all this, and I don't see the self-serving. I see huge auditoriums with coffee makers and all kind of things, and all kind of luxuries, and I'm not seeing that either. I'm all in favor of, they give a tax break to a little church, keep the lights on, not to keep the the pastor of the church in a Lamborghini. There's a big stretch there. So.
And Beck is really adding a bunch of different examples of atheist charitable type organizations as well here in the side chat. So what he's saying is just really not true. He's just kind of rude, really. We're better than you are, rather than being glad for the good work that atheists and secularists are doing.
Fred says that anybody can be more self-serving than Christians of all denominations. Yeah,
like doing a video of how much better Christianity is than atheism. That's not self-serving at all.
Yeah. And again, trying to point out things, but he's just pointing at things at himself. Not doing a very good job. Isn't Trump a Christian? Trump doesn't know what he is. What is a Christian? No, he isn't. Unless you're going to take all the bad parts out, then maybe.
He may serve a Christian purpose by point at him and go, this isn't what a Christian's supposed to be like.
Yeah.
He does claim to be a Christian, though, and he is supported. Like, that was one of his largest voting blocks.
He surrounds himself with them, but
he was overwhelmingly supported by Christians in elections.
Which is the whole adultery thing should have shot him right down. It's don't look over here thing again. Very scary.
Of course, my argument from early on is that the reason why atheists haven't been able to do more is because since the 18th century, when atheism as it's known today began, Christians have been blocking everything and fighting against it, making videos about 5 reasons atheists suck and things like that.
Yeah. What's up with that? Wasting your time? You should be out helping people. Take the shirt off your back, right? Come on. It's easier said than done. To make the world a better place, but trying to do it overnight or because a book says so hasn't worked either way. And you've had thousands of years. So we're waiting.
certain degree of unselfishness to build a culture. It's interesting to read Ryan Burge's statistics on religion and children. Christians have about twice as many kids as atheists. Having a child in this day and age takes a certain degree of unselfishness and religious commitment. Jonathan Last said that when you see a family with 3 or more children, they are making a theological statement.
That's just bullshit. That's just totally bullshit.
You know, you see a bunch of kids making a theological statement. There you have it, folks. Beware of large family groups. They're coming after you.
You're probably making a scatological statement like, oh, God, I have to change the diapers again.
Yeah. And, you know.
They also, I would like to point out that Christians are overrepresented in the prison population, whereas atheists are actually underrepresented. So, like, the equivalent percentage of atheists that we have in society is nowhere near represented in the prison population by that same percentage. So, whenever he decides to go to that part, I'll just make sure that people know that already.
Yeah, folks around here are really religious. It makes you wonder when the religious population is overrepresented, isn't it?
They are showing their Christian commitment. Atheists simply don't have that level of commitment.
Now, if we're going to go by this, again, with the prison population, atheists are underrepresented. So if you want to go by those numbers, being religious is not a good thing and ends you up in jail. So how about those numbers? Numbers are a funny thing. They can be thrown around. And when they come back to bite you, they can bite you pretty hard.
Of course, you can also see in a larger number of children, though, the desperate desire to fit in, so that Christian parents may be having more kids than they want simply because they're keeping up with the Joneses. And they think, well, that's what we're supposed to do. Maybe if they were relieved of their Christian expectations, they would go, oh, 2 kids, that's probably the best place to stop here for us. And they wouldn't continue to try. Or maybe they're not, because of patriarchy, don't keep on having kids until a son comes along.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe you have a girl and the second one's a girl. Oh, let's do it again so we can have a son. Well, why? If it's not your best interest to have that 3rd kid, then why hold out for a son? It's because of patriarchy, which is, of course, institutionalized via Christianity these days.
We got you figured out, folks. Watch out. Tax breaks are coming next. And speaking of, that's what we've got. Joe going to the protest tomorrow, the 10-year anniversary. If you're in Kentucky way, there's no charge to go to the event. They've got food and water and speakers there. All you do is got to get yourself there. So Williamstown, Kentucky at the ARC protest tomorrow about noon to 4 o'clock. Check it out. The links are in the description.
Yeah, Scott, we all know that according to the Bible that a male is worth twice as much as a female. That's why.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't build a civilization without it. The Pilgrims crossed the Atlantic in 1620 primarily for one reason. They wanted the freedom to homeschool their children. They paid a terrible price for their commitment. Half of them died the first winter. But they persevered, and they built the richest, freest, and most powerful civilization in world history.
Yeah, but we went away from homeschooling a lot so that everybody had the opportunity to go to school. So
that's absolutely not true. The Puritans, who were the original people that came over here, the reason why they came over here is because they wanted to have a society where they were allowed to force people to live by their Puritan rules. Like, they wanted to be able to burn their witches. They wanted to be able to do all this stuff. And they were not allowed to do that in the European nations that had moved more, towards secular ideals. And so they came here so they could enforce more religiosity on society. They wanted a place where they could do that. They wanted a place where they were allowed to burn people if they thought they were witches. Like his historical knowledge is really bad. I don't even know what homeschooling had to do with any of that at all. I don't think I've ever even heard that crazy.
Yeah, I think he more pushing their ideas and how they wanted things done or whatever. I don't see it might have been through homeschooling. They were very adamant on how they wanted things handled. I think he way misspoke that. Yeah.
I've never heard. He's thinking about right now how they want to homeschool. That's what he's thinking about.
Right.
I've given 5 reasons atheists don't build a civilization.
Hold on for a
There are
second.
probably
I asked a question just for giggles into Gemini. A YouTuber is claiming that Puritans moved to America because they wanted to homeschool their children. Is that accurate? No. That claim is historically inaccurate and introduces a modern concept that contradicts actual Puritan laws. They established the very first laws in Western history mandating community-funded compulsory public schooling. So the Puritans came to America and started public schools. And so they will probably turn that into a point in favor of Christian society, so that the Puritans left to establish homeschooling, but wait, they established public schooling. Isn't Christianity great? So he's trying to have it both ways.
Whoops. There you go. We fact checked you and you're wrong.
more. I want to give glory to the God of Scripture and His Son, Jesus Christ, who have raised up millions of believers to build the glorious culture we live in. Praise be to His holy name.
I guess we're out.
Praise to be for the God of incest, slavery, rape, and genocide. Praise to be to Him and His Son, who He used as a human sacrifice.
The Puritans fiercely opposed leaving education solely up to individual parents. In 1647, the Massachusetts Bay Colony passed a famous piece of legislation often called the Massachusetts School Law of 1647, widely known to historians as the Old Deluder Satan Act. And the idea was that it was just a big delusion of Satan that individual parents could teach their children what they need to know. So anyway.
I hate to break it to you, but that's the end of the video.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, I kind of feared it might be.
Yeah,
Oh.
Kurt brings up a good point. No Simos, and we got to the end of the video. Is there a correlation?
Simos, we blaming you.
We love
Actually,
you.
Simos has stayed here before to finish out the video. So, yeah.
We love you, Simos.
Yeah, shout out to Simos. Hope he's feeling better. Was a little under the weather this week, and put his feet up and take it easy. So, Simos, take care of yourself. Hope you're feeling better. And I will see if I can look up my other video here. Give me a moment.
That guy sucked.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if we were going to make it through, and we did. So how about that?
It's because
I agree.
he sucked.
Yeah, he sucked. He's really bad at history and politics. It seems like he doesn't know much about any of that.
Thing is, according to Gemini, that's what his education is in.
In history?
Yep.
Well, revisionism history is a whole subject right now. Like, there are a lot of revisionist history historians right now. I would say that there's a good chance that he doesn't practice like a unbiased historical tent, you know. And I'm pretty sure that his historical accounts of things are not the consensus.
Oh, somewhere in here I've got and somebody's got the ambulance going, right? Let's see.
Thanks, Fred.
Yeah, here we go. This is every argument about God's existence, philosophy for sleep. So we're gonna check this out. This is a little extra.
Did you do Fred's? Fred sent a super chat.
Hold on. I gotta click over thing here. Allegedly, Fred dropping the green. Thanks, Dave. Was good vid to critique. So much wrong, so easily corrected. Absolutely. And with the Atheist money of $20, we appreciate you, Fred. And Fred gets a song as well.
You rock, let's rock with the fire in our veins. Rock on to the skies, to the thunder and rain. All hail Bigfoot, the legend, the king. He walks among shadows, the wild spirits sing.
Fred, my Fred from down under. Appreciate you very much. You rock. And hang on with me a second. I don't have a producer, believe it or not. There we go. And we're going to pull up this other video and we'll see what he has to say. Which one is it? This is why I usually download them, but hang on. Okay. Yeah, stop that one first. All right. There it is.
Philosophy for sleep.
Yeah, it's just a voice, so I guess I don't have to mess with the thing too much. There we go. Ta-da. All right. Let's see what he has to say. Every argument about God's existence. Every argument. So, yeah, this is one that's pretty long. But we managed to get through a video tonight. So everybody write that down. We did get through a video at Saturday Night at the Atheist. So like in half our time. So good deal. Okay. Let's take a listen to this guy, and good or bad, is going to give all the evidences or all the arguments about God. So let's check it out. D, converted man, how you doing? Did you see the vid? I sent. Yeah, you did send me a video. I did see it. If we're talking about the same one.
I saw it.
The
It
view
was
from
pretty
inside
weird.
the theist mind. Yeah. Let's see if it'll play.
For thousands of years, humans have asked whether God exists. This question has sparked more debate, more philosophy, more wars, and more peace than perhaps any other in human history.
Why is that?
When was there a war over whether God exists or not?
Good point. Good point.
But here is what makes this topic genuinely fascinating. Both sides of this debate include brilliant minds, compelling arguments, and logical structures that can seem utterly convincing until you hear the response.
Ooh. And there's where we step in, picking these arguments apart. And folks don't like them to be picked apart, but sorry, they do get picked apart. I see the converted man. That's a specialty, picking things apart. So, yeah, watch your step. We're out there to get you.
This is not a battle between reason and faith, or between intelligence and ignorance. It is a clash of entire worldviews, each built on foundations that seem obvious to those who hold them.
That seems to be the problem. It's
No.
clearly obvious, except to me.
Atheists, we don't have a worldview.
Right.
Like there's not an atheist worldview.
It's frustrating, isn't it?
Or should we say the worldview we do hold does not include a God? And that's pretty much what you can say.
It's very limited, and they try to expand it very large and encompass as many as they can, but doesn't apply.
I think the atheist worldview would be every other worldview besides the Christian one. That would be an atheist worldview, maybe. Every
No.
other worldview. All
Well, I mean,
worldviews.
I don't like
No.
any worldview with a God in it. I think they're all shitty with a God in them. But like, there's atheists who we do not agree with. There are like atheists right now who support Christian nationalism. Like their worldview is not the same as mine.
Yeah, this worldview nonsense is aggravating.
Yes, we've heard from Simos. Yes, I'll let you know on that later.
I heard from him a few hours ago. So
We've got Objective Ethics dropping the green. David, it's great to have you back, my brother. Has anyone heard from Simos? I hope he is doing okay. Simos was also dealing with some medical issues. He did message. He is back home.
yep, but he's not feeling well tonight.
He wasn't feeling well. Told him, put your feet up and relax and do your thing. Take care of yourself. We'll pass along the love from Objective Ethics, and Objective Ethics also gets a song. So we're gonna play this. We've played the other one. Let's play your other Bigfoot. Here we go.
Bigfoot says you rock. Bigfoot says you fight. Bigfoot says you burn the night. Bigfoot says you rock. Bigfoot says you rock. Bigfoot says you fight. Bigfoot says you burn the night. Bigfoot says you rock.
Hey, thanks, Objective Ethics, for supporting the channel. You rock. Yeah, Simos. We have heard from Simos. He got carted off. He's dealing with a lot of problems. We do
He
wish
is,
him well, and
he is
hopefully
doing better
Satan.
than Mitch, though.
Yeah, he better be doing better. Better be taking care of yourself, Simos.
I think Simos is doing better than Mitch.
Yes, he is. He is doing better than him. And we've got Better Than Ember, who's been a member for 9 months. Better Than Ember. Thank you very much. Better Than Ember. Get some toast.
We love toast. We love toast. We love toast. We love toast. We love toast.
Thanks for hanging out with us, Ember. Appreciate it very much. And don't forget, Ember's link is also in the description. If you can help her out with some medical bills, it'd be much appreciated. And while you're in the description, check out everybody else's description. The panel and the links to their channels are in the description. A link for the original video, links for the Ark Encounter protest, which is tomorrow. And Bre's merch is also down there. If you're going to get some merch, get it from Bre. All right. Advertise your love for Bigfoot or Mothman or whatever it may be. And support Bre. Much appreciated. Thank you very much. And while you're down there, don't forget liking my channel, subscribe. We've got joining the channel, 99 cents a month. You can have all these great emojis. I don't see emojis. I want to see more emojis. Feel free to drop those emojis. I would, but my car ate my money. I know how cars will eat money. I need to do my Ark protest vid. Yeah, you're not that far, are you? You're down southern way. Go ahead, Mike.
Can I comment on the worldview thing? Allegedly, Fred said, I don't even know that I have what I would call a worldview. And I know where he's coming from with that. My worldview is all of the things that I've learned since I was a little baby that work in the world. You know, like I know that my cup that I'm looking at has, my Red Kitty Qualia cup, has another side to it. I know that, you know, how objects work. I know about gravity. I know about feeding myself. I mean, there's all these millions of facts you learn, and all that put together is a worldview. And guess what? Every goddamn human being in the world has the very same worldview, because we all got born into the same reality, and we all learned how to use objects in the same way. So we all have the same worldview, except for people that, you know, come up with some bullshit metaphysical idea or whatever. But they're crazy. So anyway, worldview is just, you know, what makes sense to us. And one of the things that don't make sense to me, in all of my life, I have never seen any inkling of an intervention by something called God, ever. Nothing. Nowhere. Nothing.
Yeah,
that's why I don't believe in God. Yeah.
That's perfectly fine.
Right.
Where's the intervention? You nailed it, Mike. Well, where is it at?
Yeah, there's a lot of things that I have not ever seen in my life, like unicorns, you know, and they're not part of my worldview. So anyway.
There you go.
But yeah, anyway, okay. So
yeah, well, I tend to have a problem with when they use worldview, because they use it to justify anything. And I don't think that's a good use of it. And now the way you're making it out is the way I use it, that worldview is the reality that we deal with. And if that's the reality we deal with, then what is God doing that whole time? Doesn't seem to be doing much. So does God exist or not? It becomes a moot point.
Or worldview could be, I sit here and I look out and I see the moon. So I have a worldview. I have a view of the moon.
There you go.
Yep. It's my worldview.
Nice to look at the moon.
Yeah, and I can see Venus once in a while, and, you know, occasionally Jupiter and Mars.
It's like Tori's done with her last run of the night. Good for you. Hope it went smoothly. Let's see what else he has to say. This is a over 5-hour video, so he's got a lot to say. It's also why I didn't keep this one. I just put it
You do know about these videos, right? They have a whole bunch of them where they go on for like 5 hours and you listen to 20 minutes and you fall asleep.
Yeah, it's all broke up. It's philosophy for sleep. I mean,
yes.
You know,
Puts
you
to
put it
sleep.
on and yeah.
They have history for sleep and a whole bunch of other things. It's really kind of an interesting bit of videos.
Yeah, this is just for filler because believe it or not, Saturday Night the Atheist got through the video. And it's only a quarter of. So
First time ever, and now we don't know what the hell to do with ourselves, do we?
I know. It's kind of twiddling our thumbs here. So let's see if he has anything else interesting to say here.
In this comprehensive analysis, we will examine every major argument about God with ruthless honesty.
Well, good. That's what I like. Ruthless honesty. All right.
We will explore where arguments succeed, where they fail, and most importantly, why intelligent people still disagree after centuries of debate.
Smart people can believe in a lot of things. As we're predisposed to believe in things, I guess. What do you think, Mike? Are we predisposed to believe in things?
Yeah, kind of. You know, beliefs help us navigate. So, yeah.
Yeah. So we kind of got a thing going already to want to believe maybe, and then we have to argue about it and realize that we were wrong.
Well, in evolution, we have been gifted with this remarkable brain capable of rationality and concepts and all that. What we weren't gifted with is an owner's manual to tell us how to use the fucking thing. So we come up with all this bullshit. So, yeah, that's the problem with humans. We have a lot of horsepower. We just don't have a good road to drive it on.
Wow. Good point.
We will cover the classical proofs, the modern reformulations, the devastating critiques, and the surprising comebacks.
This David
We will look
Attenborough.
at what
Yeah, it sounds like that's why I was breaking it up and letting folks chat about it because it's probably copyrighted. He doesn't have his mug on there, so that's always good. That's just a voice. Yeah, I just gone through this video. It wasn't for the Saturday show because it's way too long, and trying to pick parts out is a little ridiculous because he hits all the major points. It's just some filler. We'll see how it goes. They didn't shut me down, so we'll see.
scholars actually debate today. We will explore why this question matters beyond academic philosophy, affecting how billions of people live, govern, and find meaning.
And there it is. It's how billions of people are handling their lives is by what the religious texts say. And that can be a good thing and it can be a bad thing. We've seen a lot of the bad parts, waiting for the good things other than some charity work. That's about all I've seen. A lot of ugliness is used by the religious against people groups, and that needs to stop.
Let us begin with the oldest and perhaps most intuitive argument humans have ever constructed. Part 1. The cosmological argument. Why is there something rather than nothing?
Okay. Nothing is incoherent. it doesn't make any true sense of Robin saying have a good weekend. Are you ducking out on us, Robin?
Yeah, I've got to go.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks, Dave.
Yep. Make sure you check out Robin and all that she does. And you can find her link in the description. Thanks, Robin. Yeah, back to nothing. I think Deconverted Man discussed nothing. Nothing is incoherent. Atheists don't hold to nothing. Why is there something rather than nothing? It's because it's incoherent. If there was nothing, there wouldn't be a something. It's a little confusing. We'll see what you got to say.
Stand outside on a clear night and look at the stars. Watch a river flow or hold a rock in your hand. Everything you see exists. It is here, now, real and undeniable.
Look at the trees, right? I mean, just look around and there must be a God. It's a pretty bad answer. Yeah, look at the trees. I think that's all you're shooting at. A perfect nothing would also be illogical. Logic is something. Yeah, you have to have something to have nothing. And then to have nothing from something becomes incoherent because then you wouldn't have something. You would have nothing you could say about nothing. Yeah. To things that exist, deep thoughts, the more I analyze the words, the more I realize the world. I think the world real is just a way for people to grammatically denote intensity of sensation or feeling. I bow to your truth. Yeah, I don't see.
I kind of agree with that.
Yeah. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Click back over to this guy.
The cosmological argument begins with this simple observation and asks one of the most profound questions philosophy has ever produced. Why does anything exist at all? The cosmological argument is not one argument, but a family of arguments, all
Yeah, and each one gets more and more confusing.
sharing a common intuition. Everything that exists has some explanation for why it exists.
Does it?
And yeah, go ahead.
I don't know if it does. That's not guaranteed that everything has an explanation. What does he mean? Explain it to us. Maybe it's beyond our capability to understand it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the most profound question. It's the stupidest question. Why does anything exist at all? We're here. It exists. Accept it.
There you go.
I mean, it's
Yeah. It could just be the brute fact that that's the way it is.
Yep, brute fact. I like that. Shit be real.
Yeah, it is. That's why I've given up on a lot of the God argument, because it doesn't seem to do anything one way or another. If it exists or not, it has nothing about my experience on this planet, right?
When you pull out, look up there. It almost looks like a roof. I said, pull out.
The universe exists. Therefore, the universe must have an explanation.
It must have an explanation.
The universe doesn't owe us an explanation. It doesn't. It's just like
There is an explanation, though. I mean, they're finding out a lot of things about the universe as far as things go, and things were long ago. They've discovered a lot of things, and with the more powerful telescopes that look further back in time, the more they discover. So this is kind of a, well, they haven't figured it out yet argument, right? That doesn't hold a lot of water in science when they're always learning something new. That's a good thing. We'll figure these things out.
Yeah, the whole idea that everything has to have an explanation is fine and dandy, but there's no reason to really believe it does. We may reach some point where, well, we don't have any way to pursue knowledge any further. You know, we've filled up our entire capacity to learn things and to find things out. And I think the person who believes that everything has an explanation will find the most explanations, but that belief could just be like a big carrot at the end of a long stick that keeps you moving forward, searching, you know, for answers to questions, important questions and trivial questions. But it could be just the carrot at the end of a stick rather than an actual true thing that everything has to have an explanation.
Yeah, and some things may never be explained or in our lifetimes or something, and that's just something you have to accept. You're not going to get an answer to everything.
For instance, those parts of the universe that have gotten so far away that even at the speed of light, we can never reach them. Well,
right.
You know, if whatever explanations lie in those areas of the universe are gone from us, so they're never going to be explained. Maybe there's some principle that says maybe in principle they could have an explanation, but we'll never get to that explanation.
And we all know that the universe hatched from an egg my neighbor's chicken laid. Come on, people.
Well, there we go. That's that final puzzle piece, isn't it?
And hey, Jill, how you doing?
That explanation, the argument concludes, is God. This sounds simple, but beneath this surface lies centuries of sophisticated philosophical development.
Not really. Just to say God did it doesn't take any philosophical development. I mean, Simos would have a field day with this one.
Okay. This is anthropic projection.
Okay.
This is like, if I look around my room here, like right in front of me right now, all of these things have a man-made explanation. I'm looking at my monitors, my newsprint pad, my mouse, all of that. All of those things were made, and they have a man-made explanation. And what they want to say is, oh, but you got to look at the stars and the trees and the leaves, and that also has to have a man-made explanation. But we know that man didn't make the trees. So we're going to say, oh, man is so special, there must be a Superman who can make everything, right? Which is just fucking stupid. It's there's nothing intelligent about this argument at all. It is just stupid and silly. That just because there's a whole lot of stuff in the universe and there's a whole lot of stuff in my house, and all the stuff in my house got made by a man, then all the stuff in the universe has to be made by a really big man, really big smart man somewhere up in the fucking ether. That doesn't make any sense. That's anthropic projection. They're projecting what we are, tool making, house building humans onto the entire universe, which is stupid. I'm sorry. I'm not impressed, is what I'm trying to say. I'm really not impressed with this argument.
Hey, Sydney, how you doing? From down under. Hello. Let's go back over to this one. Something about not downloading it. I don't have it handy, so bear with me. Here we go.
Let us examine the major versions, starting with the one that has dominated philosophical discussion for 800 years.
Uh-oh.
Walk into any room in your house. Look at any object.
Right.
Your phone, your chair.
I think Mike you just did this, Mike. Get ready.
Yep. Just did.
He's
Yep.
talking about what you just did.
Let's see where he goes with it.
A cup on the table.
There's the cup.
None of these objects brought
Right, kitty
themselves
call
into
your cup.
existence. Your
Right.
phone was manufactured, assembled from parts that came from factories, which used materials extracted from the earth, which formed from stellar processes billions of years ago. Thomas Aquinas, the 13th century philosopher and theologian, formalized what seems obvious. Everything that begins to exist has a cause.
Except it gets ruined with the exception of if you insert God, then God doesn't need a cause because God is uncaused. So if you have an exception to the rule, does it make the rule or break the rule?
Or accept those things that might exist that don't have a cause. It's a kind of a black swan fallacy.
Well, causes don't do anything. There's like if you look at the block time view of the universe, everything just is. There's no causing. Causation is just a relationship, basically. Like something is relative to something else in time and space, right? So we say, oh, that's a cause. So time and space, the universe that we know, the thing that the physicists know about right now, has causes. But anything outside that, cause doesn't make any goddamn sense. So whatever is sort of outside the weird physics that we could encounter with mathematics outside of the universe, there's no causes out there because there is no space-time. Cause requires time and things arranged in space, right? You get that?
Got it.
So this doesn't make any sense. So anyway, they have a myopic view of what is in the greater cosmos that basically, may someday explain our existence. Has nothing to do with cause.
And elbows up to Canada. Greetings.
Canada, the next state.
One can only hope, huh?
Yep.
But if everything requires a cause, and each cause requires its own cause, we face an infinite regress.
And there's no problem with an infinite regress as far as quantum physics goes. So it's only a problem if you want it to be a problem, but it's not really a problem because there can be an infinite regress. There's no reason there cannot be. So if nobody has produced a reason why there cannot be, then there can be a infinite regress.
Imagine a train with infinite cars, each pulled by the one in front. But if there is no engine, no first car actually pulling, the entire train cannot move.
Well, that's kind of obvious. Put into motion, it stays in motion type things. These are laws in physics. And if you've got no force driving it, then it doesn't move, right? I don't see what the problem is. Hello, Ember. We're just talking about Ember being a member. Hey, that rhymes. Ember being a member. And if you can help out Ember, don't forget, link is in the description. Check out Better Than Ember's channel as well. Does a lot of videos. Hello, Ember. And while we're talking about it, don't forget, tomorrow is the ARC protest. Joe's heading it up this year. It's free to go. There's no ticket price. You just got to get your butt there. They'll feed you. They'll dump water on you. Hopefully you won't roast too bad. And they have their little protests and they march in front of the front gates of the Ark. So if you're in the area, please drop by, wave your sign, do your little protest thing. Like I say, once again, it's free to go. It's a free event. You just got to get yourself there. It's in Williamstown, Kentucky. You can look in the description, find Joe's channel. You go to Discord, he has all the information. Basic thing is, you go to the Ark Park, and the protest is out front, just a little off center, not quite out front, but a little off center front. You won't miss the folks. They'll have their signs and everything. And they'll protest against the Ark. They're going to have speakers there. And my understanding is even Seth is going to be there after he gives his talk in Cincinnati, which I think is yesterday or today. That he's going to drop by there. So, you're going to have a lot of great speakers there. Good time. Like I say, it doesn't cost you anything, but getting yourself there. So, if you're in the area, Ark protest tomorrow from about noon to 4 o'clock in Williamstown, Kentucky at the Ark Park. And again, check out Joe's channel in the Discord for all the information. And he also has commercials out and shorts and all kind of things about the Ark protest. So make sure you look it up.
What city is that in?
Williamstown, Kentucky.
Williamstown,
something like that. You as soon as you go over the line from Ohio, you'll see the signs for the Ark Park, and it takes you right to an off ramp. And when you get off, the park is right there, and the protest is the other way. So you can't miss us. Just follow the signs.
It's actually going to be cooler there than it is in Minnesota by about 12 degrees tomorrow. So that's good.
Good deal, because it was hot last year.
Yeah.
We were very hot last year, and there's no denying it won't be hot. Even cool there is hot. It's humid. It's sticky. Make sure you got a bottle of water and things. Wear loose clothing, all those kind of good things. They will have bottles of water there to dump on your head. And they had pizza from a local place. It was really good. Hello, Ed. How you doing?
It's going to be 81 there, and it's going to be 93 in Minneapolis. So you guys caught a break out there.
Hey, maybe they'll catch a break. Good deal. One more reason to go. It's not going to be as hot, folks. So if the heat really bothered you last year, it's a good decision that he picked this weekend because it looks like it's going to be a little cooler. So good deal. It was very hot. We did muddle through, but it was very hot. And the location is not the best either. It's near the E-way. It's kind of open. It's kind of warm there. So don't let the weather forecast fool you. It's still going to be warm. 80 degrees still feels very warm when it's very humid and you don't have a lot of air and a lot of open space, and the Ark Park is there and everything. So be prepared for warm weather either way, because you're better off to be ready for it than not be ready for it. Because a bit warm is an understatement. But good news for everybody going. Hope you have a great time. Hope the speakers all do great. I'm sure that things will be coming out. If they don't do them live, they'll record it and it'll be coming out soon. So you'll be able to see what went on if you weren't able to go. So watch out for everybody's channels. Rebroadcasting the talkers and what's going on at the protest for 10 years of the Ark. And I didn't think it would make it, but 10 years of the Ark Park is being protested tomorrow. So check it out if you can. Links are in the description.
Aquinas argued there must be a first cause, something that causes everything else, but is itself uncaused.
And to see that to me, that's not an argument. I mean, everything except, right? I don't see how it's a good argument. Yeah, and he was wrong, Aquinas. How can you have everything has a cause except? Well, then everything doesn't have a cause. So I have a problem with this argument. What about you guys? You got a problem with it?
Yeah, the prior to knowing about the Big Bang, I don't know, maybe that did make sense to a lot of people and it was compelling, but it's just an assertion. It's choose your choice. Is it an infinite series of causes, or is it just a uncaused cause? And if God can be described as infinite, why not the universe? There's just no answer to that except getting louder and repeating yourself.
This is from Deconverted Man. He gave us a little picture. Universe. You owe us an explanation.
No.
That's how it works.
Oops. Darn it. Which one? Okay.
Allegedly, Fred has a good point. If existence exists now, then it has always existed in some forms, even as potential. Because if it didn't exist, it couldn't be existence.
Sorry about that. Yep, Fred makes a good point. Absolutely.
Kind of word game, kind of, but yep, that's what philosophy is these days.
I think I got it. There we go. Okay. All right. Yeah. How you doing, Ed? Good to see you. We're trying to muddle through here. We actually got through the video, so we're just rolling around through another video in my history, so I don't have it downloaded. So bear with me, but I do have backups. Yeah, we actually got through our video, so congratulations to Saturday Night at the Atheist for making it through the video. I think we answered all his questions. Maybe not to his satisfaction, but I think we answered all his questions.
This first cause, he claimed, is what we call God.
Yeah.
Here is where it gets interesting.
Right.
Modern defenders like William Lane Craig have reformulated this argument using contemporary physics. They point to Big Bang cosmology, which suggests the universe had a beginning approximately 14 billion years ago.
Yeah, and a lot of the stuff seems post hoc, doesn't it? They're kind of waiting for scientific discoveries and then they latch onto them, but they never had any mention of it before, right?
If the universe began to exist, and everything that begins to exist has a cause, then the universe has a cause. That cause must be outside space and time.
Yeah, now, why must the cause be outside of space and time? To cause what's inside of space and time? That's another force then, isn't it? I don't see where it's going other than introducing something extra that doesn't need to be there. Low bar bill, yeah. Just doesn't look like Bill Craig is well liked in the chat.
Got a little private message for you guys. Private.
Okay.
I have not put it in yet, but I'm going to pretty quick.
What are you having, pizza?
That might make the philosophy more fun.
Maybe too fun. Yeah.
Too fun. Might get real small. There we go.
I'm getting smaller.
There's the rabbit hutch opening.
Yeah.
Sydney says the Big Bang Theory does not propose the universe began to exist. Why can't they learn this? Yeah, it's an explanation of what happened, not the entirety of it. Yeah.
Because at that level, there's no such thing as begin. Because time itself basically started to expand, or was it? I don't know. It's really hard to think about. It would take mathematics that is way the hell out there. Multi-dimensional mathematics.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Go do some studying, because we ain't going to teach it to you.
If I had another life, I would do physics instead of biology, but I don't. So I'm stuck with biology. So I'm never going to understand that shit, other than to tell people that they're just full of shit when they talk about the Big Bang starting something. Doesn't make any sense.
Wonder what else he's got. Let's see.
Since it created space and time, it must be immensely powerful to create a universe, and it must be personal, because only a personal agent can create something from a state of literally
there you go.
nothing.
Okay, why? Why must it be personal? Why must it be a human being, a hominid? Why? Where the hell did they get that from? How in the fuck did they think a man-like thing created a universe? It just doesn't make any sense.
Mm-hmm. That's been my problem all along here. Is the more they try to explain things, the less sense it makes. It doesn't make more sense. Right.
They're just full of themselves. We're humans, so there must be a human-like thing out there that makes stuff like we do with his words. It's just such bullshit. It's such a lack of humility. My goodness.
Right.
The argument taps into deep intuitions about causation that are difficult to shake. In our everyday experience, nothing just pops into existence uncaused. Quantum physics aside for a moment, this principle seems fundamental to how we understand reality.
Yeah, he casts aside quantum mechanics because it says there's no reason that cannot happen. So that's why it's cast aside. Thank you very much.
The argument also gains support from modern physics. The Big Bang theory, cosmic microwave background radiation, and the expansion of space all point to a universe with a finite age. This was not always.
So that's where it gets tricky, is that space-time has a finite age, but the universe itself having a finite age is up for argument, right?
Yes.
The universe could have been here without it actually doing anything. So,
but the thing is that concepts like age and time are local phenomena. They're local to our space-time continuum, and we're talking about something outside of that. And there isn't even any such thing as outside of that, so it becomes almost impossible to talk about it. There's no before it, there's no outside of it, right? Because those are concepts within the space-time continuum. So we can't talk about causes or beginnings or any of that stuff. We just need, like right now, with what we know about physics, we need to shut the fuck up about it. Because we don't know enough.
We don't know, right?
We don't have the mathematics that would prepare us to figure this shit out. So,
Brian said our space-time may have an age, but not space and time that have an age. Yeah, we don't
Space and
understand
time
all that
itself.
stuff. Uh-huh. And Ryan said every conversation in this space should start with, we can talk about science as long as you understand that we are no longer talking about a God thing. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense either way. Ember says none of these are true. I know y'all, I'm just ranty tonight. You rant away there, Ember.
Yeah, the guy that's narrating this, I don't think he doesn't necessarily believe in any of these arguments. He's just presenting them. So we don't want to pick on this guy.
Just reading them off paper.
Yep.
And there's a bigger issue if these things are the best case for Christianity was ungrounded philosophy. If second Christians didn't know it, it can't be critical to know. If you have no space in which to exist and no time to which to exist and no time in which to exist, on and on, you do not exist. Yeah, that's another question there too. I mean, if you don't exist, you don't exist. How does something outside of existence exist? And it's kind of confusing, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's AI. Yeah, he's got a point there. Makes it sound like David Attenborough.
Right.
But yeah.
Great voice.
But I mean,
Either
the person
way.
that wrote this, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's not committed.
Was accepted. In fact, many scientists in the early 20th century resisted the Big Bang precisely because it seemed to support religious ideas about creation.
And there again, it's the post hoc thing. Oh, James Webb has discovered something, so let's hop on board, right? It's all post hoc. There's nothing that gives us the prior information that would be impressive if prophecy or any of those things were actually a legitimate thing, but they don't seem to be. Therein is your problem.
The philosopher and atheist Quentin Smith wrote a remarkable paper in 1993 acknowledging that naturalists, those who believe only natural things exist, were in a state of intellectual embarrassment because Big Bang cosmology seemed to support theism.
Just discovery among many. I mean, it's a good thing, and like again, they didn't talk about it pre Big Bang. So, what good it does to have this faith didn't seem to waited until it got caught up to science, right? And then science said, well, yes, there was a Big Bang, but nothing in theology said that. So basically, if you read from the Bible, there was something. Something hovered over the waters and everything. And so this whole something from nothing and Big Bang doesn't play with the theology either.
He noted that the majority of philosophers and scientists who discussed the topic in the 1960s and 70s agreed that the Big Bang implied a creator. But does the argument actually work?
No. And who is he talking to? Other believers?
Yeah, the argument lacks entailment. I mean, it doesn't entail a creator-like thing, basically. It just, there's no connection.
Yeah.
That's called a non sequitur.
Hello, John. Good to see you. If I didn't see everybody else, and hello there to Brian and Ember and Sydney and Alan and Jacqueline, and let's see, Ryan is in here, Ed's in here. Hello, everybody. Good to see everybody. I Killed Earl's talking about doing a stream later. check out iCode Earl. Does a lot of artwork for Ed over at the Rabid Atheist. And Deconverted Man dropping in. Always good to see you. And thank you everybody else for being here. What's he got next? He's got all of them. So, I mean, this would be one for you, Ember. I mean, it's 5 hours long. You go through it for your show after show.
Critics have identified several fundamental problems, and these are not minor quibbles. First, there is what philosophers call the special pleading problem. If everything needs a cause, why does God not need a cause?
There you go. There's a good problem. Everything needs a cause, except there's always been a problem. Still is. You're throwing an exception in there. So is it everything, or is it exceptions? And it seems to be that exceptions do not are making the rule when it shouldn't make the rule.
Theists respond that God is not a thing that began to exist, so the rule does not apply.
There you go. I mean, we can just back out of the rules, and none of the rules apply. Well, you know, what's Ember saying? I made it to my birthday. Maybe I can go for a mega stream again. Well, we want the mega stream. Absolutely. Take care of yourself, Ember.
But critics ask, if you can make an exception for God, why not make an exception for the universe itself?
There you go. You open yourself up to the exception that, well, then the universe can just exist. And they'll say, no. But only God can just exist. Well, you're making an exception. And there's something new to the rule, or whatever you want to call it. So then it doesn't hold up. Your argument is a bad argument. Sorry.
Bertrand Russell, in his famous 1927 debate with Frederick Copleston,
And name dropping doesn't help you either, but we'll listen to what Bertrand had to say.
argued that the universe might just be a brute fact, something that
Maybe.
exists without explanation.
All right. Well, we'll accept his argument there that, yeah, it could just be a brute fact. It could just be. Now, notice the use of could just be, right? We don't know, but it could just be that that's the way things are. And you just have to accept the way things are. I think Mike said it earlier. It's just the way things are. The way things are is somebody's still got fireworks left over. Why don't they shoot them off on the 4th? Is that David Attenborough a facsimile? We believe it's an AI of Attenborough.
They can't shoot them off on the 4th because the sky was full already. They filled it up. It kept me up till midnight.
Yeah, it says Russell was pretty good on this point. Yeah, well, we'll have to give him that one.
When Copleston pressed him on why everything we observe requires a cause, but the universe does not, Russell replied with his most quoted line, "The universe is just there, and that is all."
You know, that's a possible explanation. there's your universe, and that's all. I mean, what do you want? But a lot of people go searching for more answers than that.
Second, quantum mechanics presents a serious challenge. In quantum field theory, particles do appear to pop into existence without causes, at least not in any classical sense.
Well, there you go. You're opening the door to a new problem. Hey, wait a minute. Things don't just pop into existence, but they do just pop into existence. So now what do you have to say?
Virtual particles appear and disappear in the vacuum. Radioactive decay happens spontaneously without prior causes. Defenders respond that quantum events are not truly uncaused. They emerge from quantum fields and follow probabilistic laws. But
They follow probabilistic laws. Probabilistic. There's a problem. But, okay.
critics counter that this shows our intuitions about causation might be fundamentally wrong at the deepest levels of reality.
Yeah.
Third, there is a conceptual problem about time itself. What does it mean to cause something before time exists?
Now,
There we go.
There's a
There we
good
go.
question. Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you cause something if there's no time in which to cause it in?
The philosopher Adolf Grünbaum pointed out that causation requires time. Causes
Right.
precede effects. But if the Big Bang created time itself, there was no before. The entire question, what caused the universe, might be incoherent, like asking what is north of the North Pole.
Yeah, it is kind of an
Exactly.
incoherent. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty good channel. This is well done, even, if they have an AI voice.
Yeah. This is the way of the world, it seems.
He's hitting the points.
Yeah. He's being as fair as possible, I suppose.
Now, there is another powerful version of this argument that many philosophers consider more sophisticated.
I hope so. Cross my fingers. Hope to die. Stick a needle in
Yeah, let's see what you got.
Gottfried Leibniz, the 17th century philosopher and mathematician, developed what is called the argument from sufficient reason. He argued using the principle of sufficient reason. Everything must have a sufficient reason or explanation for why it exists and why it is the way it is.
Yeah. The why question is a problem, right? They don't ask why. It's more of a what, and
Yeah.
they're looking for a God when there isn't one there. They're asking the wrong question. Isn't that what it is?
Yeah.
It's more of a
He's going to make a more sophisticated version of arguing from what it is to be in a local space-time continuum, right? And it isn't going to work. So there's no sufficient reason outside of this thing that we're in called space-time. So anyway, we'll see what he says. Maybe he'll have some pushback on this.
Look around you again. Everything you see is contingent, meaning it might not have existed.
it might not have existed. Yes. Can't argue with that. It might not have existed. Okay.
You could have never been born. The earth might have never formed.
Mm-hmm.
Even the laws of physics could have been different, or so it seems.
Yeah, and that's another question that's brought up is that the universe is fine-tuned, but it could be different and still exist.
But contingent things require explanations outside themselves. My existence is explained by my parents, their existence by their parents, and so on. But even if this chain goes back infinitely, Leibniz argued, you still have not explained why this entire series exists, rather than some other series, or nothing at all.
Yep. Haven't explained it, so what?
Yeah, so it doesn't do you any good, right? It's an argument without an explanation. Okay.
Imagine an infinite series of books, each copying information from the previous one. Even if this series extends infinitely into the past, you still have not explained where the information came from originally. There must be...
Yeah, it's a pointless argument.
If it's an infinite series, there doesn't have to be an originally, okay? It could just be brute infinite series. That's it.
Okay.
There doesn't have to be a beginning.
There you go.
That could be what's happening here. We don't know.
Yeah, that's one of the toughest things is always we don't know. So
And these godfucks sure as hell don't know.
they don't know. Everybody don't know. Trying to find out, but don't know.
They want a big man in the sky solution to everything.
It's an easy solution because, okay, you can just pass the buck.
Big man in the sky with a big hammer, big toolkit, little tweezers, fixing molecules, all that shit.
Mm-hmm. The
Not-
ultimate
I'm not
workbench.
persuaded. Yeah.
And then it kind of falls apart and becomes silly, right?
Here's a guy. Oh, I got your next video for you. I'll send it to you.
Oh, okay.
Does this
Leibniz
argument
concluded
end atheism?
a necessary being, something that must exist and contains its own explanation.
Yeah, you make it untestable is what they're doing. Their God is untestable. No matter what you do, it's untestable. I'm sorry, I've got multiple screens going here.
Maybe you already did this guy. I don't know. But TMM, I think we did him once, right?
I don't know if I've ever covered TMM. I watch a lot of his stuff.
Okay. This Ends Atheism is the name of the video. I sent it to you.
Okay. I'm just looking through the chat here.
We're going to get through one argument here, right? And then I got to bail.
Yeah, it's just about that time, anyways. So we know you have plans.
I do.
I'm just looking. Damn it,
So-
Jim.
What timestamp are you at? Do you know?
And this is 10:45.
Okay, we got 5 more minutes of this one, and then he starts a new argument. This is a really good video for us to address. I think.
Yeah, I just had it sitting by the side. So if you want to pick through it, feel free. It's over 5 hours long, so there's plenty of material to pick through.
Yeah, and for us that would take us till the end of space time to get through.
Yeah, well, I didn't figure we'd get through the first one, but amazingly, we made it through the video. That's right, folks. Saturday Night at the Atheist made it through a video.
Made it through a video for the first
So-
time ever.
Yeah, this is backup video. Sorry that I'm switching back and forth, but I just had it as a backup because, yeah, my normal one we got done like in half our show. Wasn't even close. We busted right through the video. So his arguments were that bad. You can see the link in the description. Watch the whole video yourself. Also, while you're in the description, check out everybody's links that are in there for everybody that's been on the panel. Thanks everybody for being here. And there's also Bre down there with their merchandise. There's GoFundMe for Ember. And there's the Ark Encounter video. The protest is tomorrow for the Ark Park. There's no cost. They've got food and water. Just getting yourself there is the only expense. They're gonna have a lot of speakers there. My understanding is even Seth is going to be there talking after he gives a talk, a big one in Cincinnati. So yeah, Mandisa and they're all listed in the commercial. If you're in the area, yeah, it doesn't check you out. It's supposed to be cooler. Cross our fingers that it's cooler for the folks there, and check it out. That's the Ark Park protest. And while we're at it, put the thing back up. Oh, I don't have it up on there. My bad. Anyway, the commercial is in the description. I thought I had it pulled up. I don't have it pulled up. I'll put this one back up. But yeah, check out my description. Also go to Joe's the Kentucky Atheist on his Discord, and you have all the information there too for the Ark Park. Again, doesn't cost anything. It's free to go and listen to. You just have to get yourself there. All right. It's in Williamstown, Kentucky. And that's between noon and 4 tomorrow. All right. Check it out.
This necessary being is God. Contemporary philosophers Alvin Plantinga and Graham Oppy represent the highest level of current debate on this argument, and their exchange reveals just how complex this gets. Plantinga argues that the principle of sufficient reason is intuitively obvious, and rejecting it leads to absurdity. If things can exist without explanation, then literally anything could happen without reason.
And that seems to happen a lot in the Bible, right? I mean, you're arguing for the Bible, just magical things just happen all the time, but they don't.
For no reason, yeah.
Yeah.
Talking donkeys and snakes and all kinds of shit.
That'd be really cool. I mean, bring it on. It doesn't seem to happen, though. See, there's your problem, is that you have an open invitation. Let's see your talking animal, your talking donkey. It didn't mean animal, but talking donkey. Yeah, but it doesn't happen. Do things pop into existence? No. Are there monsters and creepy crawlies all everywhere? No. Are there curses and things? No. Are medical afflictions caused by a curse or somebody's words? No, doesn't seem to be.
It seems like he's collapsing, or whoever this was, a Plantinga, is collapsing or equivocating explanation to mean laws of logic or reason. Like something can happen for a reason because we have the laws of identity, excluded middle, and whatever that other third one is. And that's where we keep things from being crazy and incomprehensible and incoherent. But something happening without an explanation is just that. There's no way, no set of words, no set of symbols that we can put together that will sufficiently account for what's going on. That's different from the laws of logic breaking down. So when you say the principle of sufficient reason, what are you saying? Are you saying just something, basically a synonym for the laws of logic? Or do you mean something different by explanation? So it's kind of unclear what he's trying to say. It's kind of incoherent to me.
Right. I killed Earl. Dave,
Yeah,
how long are you planning to go? We run our streams 5 to 8 every Saturday. So a few more minutes, and we're gonna wrap things up.
7 in the One True Zone. I can't see I Killed Earl's comments in the video. I can see them on StreamYard, but
Yeah, in the StreamYard, I've seen like I Killed Earl's thing once. Or twice,
he's like
but not
he's
all of them.
green. Why is he green?
Well, be
Everybody
careful.
else-
It's not easy being green. Right.
He's green. Everybody else
Shade.
either black or blue. See? Oh, okay.
Why are you? I don't know why you're green.
I don't know. So
I Killed
we got a
Earl's-
problem.
Is green.
I killed Earl. Is it she? Okay. What did I assume he? Should've said
Or
they.
in between. I don't want to
I should have
misgender.
said they. Should have said they.
Yeah,
I'm
she's got a
sorry. I
she.
apologize.
Okay, she's got a she. She for I killed Earl.
Damn. Such a sexist bastard.
God,
Fucking hate
boomers
myself.
can't get this stuff
Hate
together.
myself. Yeah.
I'm green because I'm a member. Earl is green because he's a member.
Oh, but why can't we see Earl in a regular chat then? I don't see him at all.
I don't know.
Not showing up. Maybe because, well, let me switch over to Answers in Atheism. I'm on the Mike Bruznak thing. Let's just see what happens. Mystery. Anyway, as I Killed Earl has a rent, right? So you can post a link to your stream that's coming up. Nope. Green because I'm a member. Nope, I don't see him. Wow. It's mysterious. Wow. Anybody else had that problem? That on the YouTube video you can't see him?
No, it doesn't.
Oh, live chat instead of top chat. Okay, gotcha. I got top chat. Well, what the fuck is top chat? That's stupid. Or,
It
no.
doesn't.
Yeah, now I can see him. So you got to turn on live chat. So what the hell is top chat? How do you get to be a top chat?
I thought I had the live chat.
What the fuck is wrong with YouTube?
Maybe it's the most chatters in order of people with the most chats. I don't know.
I don't know.
If these
Earl
if these
said,
programmers
sorry to block. There's no bother. We're just wondering what was going on.
if these programmers worked for me, I would take them out and have them shot.
Yeah, well, we aren't very happy when it screws up. So
Yeah.
but
Now Mike's going to have the Google black helicopters hover over his house and take him away.
No, everybody knows if you got a bad programmer, you do have the right to take them out and shoot them.
yeah, sometimes Google is just funny that way. It's not.
I worked with a
funny.
guy. I worked with a guy that was fresh off the boat from India, and I told him that in America, we can do that to programmers. That basically, if the manager doesn't like you, and that day the manager wanted to take them all to the shooting range, and I told this guy this, yeah, we can just take you out and shoot you if we don't like you. The manager can, I can't, but the manager could. And he was looking at me like he was really thinking, really? I was an asshole.
Let's see.
Yeah.
See Earl's comments in the chat. I don't know why it's not popping up.
Oh, you got to pick live chat.
I do. I'm on live chat. I'm always on live chat. I always put it on live
I'm
chat.
not. But mine comes up top chat automatically. Anyway, we are wasting time. We're wasting precious
Wasting
time.
time. Okay.
Precious.
Let's see what else he's got to say here, and we'll wrap things up.
Why does your coffee cup not spontaneously turn into a hippopotamus?
I don't know.
Yeah,
That's
that
a
would be
good question.
awesome.
Are we
It
still
would
on
be-
the principle of sufficient reason?
I think
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
That's not a question for principle of sufficient reason.
Hmm.
Well, I guess maybe it could be because we have to explain the reason why things don't turn. But I don't know. To me, that question seems inappropriate for whether or not the principle sufficient reason is valid in all cases.
Principle of sufficient
The answer seems to be that there is no sufficient reason for that transformation, so it does not happen. But
There's no reason for it to happen, so it doesn't happen. Okay. It's not really an argument, is it? I mean, there's no reason for it to happen. It doesn't happen.
That to me, yeah, because what we would say was that the molecules and bonding of all the substances that make up that cup stay in place unless otherwise caused to be different.
Mm-hmm.
And there is no path, it would seem, for it to instantaneously do that. But then, once again, that's a kind of a black swan fallacy thing until we find a path that would cause it to do that. We just haven't seen it happen.
Well, this falls under the same problem, of locality. We have a space-time field continuum that we're in, and for that, logic and principle of sufficient reason works. But if you're talking about what is outside of that, or caused it, or what accounts for it, or what it's embedded in, then you're not in the same arena anymore. So none of this shit it can be counted on. The only thing you can count on is some weird mathematics to explain it. That's what I keep pointing out. It's the same thing as what's before the creation of time, or what's north of the North Pole. The same problem. So they don't get out of it with this. This is just about causality, sufficient reason, in my opinion.
In your humble opinion.
Humble, very humble. You can hear the humble in my voice.
There we go.
Poppy responds with a powerful counter. The principle of sufficient reason might be self-refuting. If everything needs an explanation, then God's nature needs an explanation.
Exactly.
Yes.
I mean, you can't say it in any less words. If there is an exception, there's an exception. And if there's an exception, there are exceptions. It doesn't make the rule, it breaks the rule.
If God's nature needs no explanation because God is necessary, then we have made an exception to the principle.
Right. Exceptions ruin the rule. There is no rule because you've got an exception.
Yep.
And if we can make exceptions, the principle is not absolute. And maybe the universe itself is the exception.
Cool.
There's a good one there.
Good.
Yeah.
This is good. Yeah.
The universe is the exception. Got me with that one. Nailed it.
Furthermore, Oppie argues that even if we grant a necessary being exists, we have no reason to think it is God, rather than, say, the universe itself or some impersonal quantum field.
Right. The arguments don't prove a God. The arguments may prove something, but they don't prove a God. Yeah. Well put together. Let's say this channel, Mike says he's got other topics too. Just this one is 20 bits divided up, and we were doing the one video which we got through in record time. And this was stopgap extras, whatever you want to call it. Very, very interesting. He's just laying them out. He's not taking a side or anything. And with that, I wanted to give a little shout out here. Earl said he's gonna do a stream, so go check out Earl. There's many people that do Saturday nights. That's
Is
why
that
I try
on?
to get out.
Could somebody post a link to the channel? I found a channel, but there's only like 2 live streams on it. I Killed Earl.
Earl or Ed, if you're out there, drop us a link.
Somebody post a link. Yeah, and I got to get out of here, guys.
Ed's over at the Rabid Atheist. I think he was going to stream with her.
Okay.
So I Killed Earl. Yes, that's correct. So you're over at I Killed Earl?
Yeah, that's the right channel. So there's only 2 streams.
Okay.
So anyway, where's the stream going to be? Ms. Earl.
I understood that Earl was hosting a stream.
Yeah, that
Ed
would be
was going to join her.
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay.
I'm going to so.
Yeah,
I
Mike.
say goodnight to you guys.
Mike's going to do his thing.
Yep.
I Killed Earl on my channel. So there you go. Over to Earl's channel. I Killed Earl. And check out, I think Ed's going to be over there. Mike, thanks for joining us.
Yep. Later, guys.
Later.
Thank you all.
Good talking with you.
Bye.
Goodbye. And then there was Scott and Dave. For those of you asking about Simos is back home. He had a little health problem. He's dealing with it. Hopefully he's got his feet up and he's kicked back and enjoying himself. There's dropping a link. I believe that's for the debate from allegedly Fred. Yeah, I don't know why it won't click. It didn't. Won't put the wrench on there. Sorry. But Fred is on it. Yeah, I want to thank everybody for being here tonight. Everybody in the chat, everybody that was on the panel. Robin was here. Robin had a duck. Robin had something going on too. All their links are in the description. Make sure you check it out below. And while you're down there, don't forget to hit the like button and the share button and subscribe if you care to. You have all those killer emojis. And hey, Top Dog, how you doing? Good to see you. And we try to be here every Saturday for Saturday Night the Atheist, providing they're not hauling us off, telling us to see a doctor, like me and Simos experienced. They frown upon you setting up your studio when you're in the hospital. I did try and say hi to everybody with my phone, and my health is what it is. I came home with a swollen arm. It's really been annoying me. Simos got sent home, I guess, with a bunch of antibiotics like I did. We're trying to knock this stuff out. Please take care of yourself. If not just for us, something else might be going around too. So you never know.
I just want to say that I just subscribed and hit like to I Killed Earl. Subscribe to the channel and hit like on the video. Waiting to come up here probably right now. Also, if you haven't subscribed and hit like to this video and subscribe to Captive Desk, go ahead and do so. It won't hurt you. It'll help Dave, and it won't hurt you. So go ahead and do that.
Yeah, hit that like button, appreciated, and go over to Answers in Atheism. Make sure you subscribe to their channel too. He's over 900 now.
Last time I saw it sat at 902. So we're only, we're just what? I can't do the math right now. We're 98 away from 1,000. So let's, if you haven't subscribed to Answers in Atheism, that's a YouTube channel. go over there and do that in order to help out Mike's confidence and outlook.
Yeah, Mike's got a ton of videos over there. So if you need to binge something, great channel to binge stuff on for years and years. He's been doing great content. So make sure you check out Mike over at Answers in Atheism. He was hoo-hawing, but we got him up over 900 already. So if he just would keep going, keep putting out his videos, we should see 1,000 from Mike pretty soon, and that would be great. So, yeah, help out everybody in the description, everybody in the chat, everybody you've seen, everybody that's streaming. If nothing else, hey, just give them a like. I mean, how hard is it to do, right? And it helps our algorithm out a lot. All right. And with that, yeah, we'll see you next week, if not before. What we're doing next week is always a surprise, but we'll find something. All right. Thanks for being here with me, Scott.
All right, Dave. Thanks for having me, and I had a great time.
Okay. And thanks everybody for being here. And with that, we're going to say good night.
Good night, everybody.
Tales of lore knocking at the captive death's door. Oh, legends live within these walls, silent echoes in the halls, books and stories on the floor, knocking at the captive death's door. Oh, captive desk, hold our dreams where reality and no myth seems. Quiet flow, the mysteries untold will know. Legends live within these walls, silent echoes in the halls, books and stories on the floor, knocking at